14 years ago, a channel was created on YouTube titled Alan Tutorial, and as you might suspect, he posted tutorials. Simple stuff like how to leak on a piece of paper, spooky clown makeup tutorial, and most famously, how to pick up a blue chair off the ground. Viewers quickly became very fond of the channel, but it was obvious that something was terribly wrong, and over the course of 4 years, the channel would spiral into a disturbing and disgusting mess before its abrupt end. Alan Tutorial is one of YouTube's oldest horror series, and subsequently one of its most well-known. But if you haven't seen it yet, I don't blame you. The story's presentation is unique, to say the least, but that's what makes it special. Without further ado, this is the strangest tutorial channel online.
Thank you for coming to my YouTube page. So today I'm going to show you how to leak on a piece of paper. Don't forget to favorite it and like and subscribe. So
the first tutorial is fairly straightforward. The video is titled How to Leak on a Piece of Paper, and it features Allan, the cameraman, stabbing a water bottle with a fork above a piece of paper. For the sake of time, I won't be covering each and every one of Allan's videos. Some of these are, genuinely, just tutorials. My personal favorite being how to crush a can of Dr. Pepper with slats of wood.
And you drop it.
But you have to ask yourself, why would I want to do any of this? Allan's tutorials aren't exactly traditional, nor are they usually correct. For example, how to fill a cup with water features neither a cup nor water. Instead, Allan opts for using a coffee filter and dish soap.
Okay. Hey everybody, I'm gonna do a tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share it on your friends. And for today's tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to make a piece of mail into a little square. So, first thing
It's obvious after watching a few of these videos that Allan is a bit scatterbrained. Is he nervous, or is this just how he is? Either way, Allan never seems prepared for his own tutorials, pulling out extra items or just making up steps as he goes.
You gotta do next is you get out the scissors that you had the whole time. I use scissors to...
A habit that will progressively get worse as time goes on. In the background of this video, we can hear a woman speaking to someone that isn't Allan, indicating that despite being an adult, he doesn't live alone.
Up the lines. And then once it's...
In the following tutorials, Allan seems worse for wear, misnaming items.
You need a safety pin.
Sounding like he's about to cry.
Hey guys, thanks for coming to my YouTube page.
And developing a habit where he likes to slam his hand on the table at the start of every video.
Hey guys, this is a new tutorial on my new series about...
But besides that, everything still seems the same as before. The tutorials don't make sense, and we can still hear voices in the background. This time, possibly the voice of Allan's brother he hinted at with this title, Hack 2 TB hard drive mod, brother trick, glow in the dark. It isn't until the spooky clown makeup tutorial that commenters realized that something was wrong with Allan.
Knife. And you get the kind of shape you want on the knife. And then you just code on funny lines, because clowns wear funny lines.
In this video, Allan uses a knife to apply makeup to his face. Despite doing something that's obviously dangerous, Allan doesn't seem worried in the slightest. Does this indicate a lack of concern for his own well-being, or perhaps he's genuinely unaware of what might happen if he injures himself? If you haven't realized it by now, Allan seems to be dealing with some sort of mental or developmental disability.
A squishy pill and you just chew it. Okay guys, so I was all sick, but now the pills make me feel good, all better. Eat these pills up.
Whatever he's dealing with, it presents itself in Allan's tutorials as making him seem childlike, hence why Allan might not understand that applying makeup with a knife is dangerous.
Is you gotta make a fold. And you need, it's better if you have bone, but I just use the thumb. So once you have your first fold, yeah? Once you have your first fold, you gotta make another,
It's at this point that viewers became concerned with Allan's living situation. While Allan is trying to film an origami tutorial, someone tries to enter his room multiple times, despite being told to go away.
Okay, you make a rule. Stop! Trying to do tutorial, double barrel fighter plane, I can't talk right now. Stop!
Every time Allan pans over to the door, we can see that he's tied the handle shut with a rope, leading viewers to believe that Allan might be in an abusive household. In the next video, Allan's trapped in a dark room and trying to escape. Was he hiding from whoever was trying to break into his room, or is this just another weird tutorial? Either way, toward the end of the video, Allan climbs out of his window and sees a woman with a suitcase.
Once you get out, you just keep going. And you go all the way to the edge until you can't go anymore. Uh-oh.
It's unclear what's going on here, but it looks like someone's moving in to live with Allan and his family. After this, Allan continues to make nonsensical tutorials, though nothing of note happens until the blue chair appears.
Hey guys, thanks for coming to my Bluetooth page. Today I'm gonna do a new tutorial how to pick up a chair if it falls down. If you have a blue chair that fell down, first thing you gotta do is you get down to the level of the chair and you touch it. And then it's simple. First thing you need is just to lift.
Allan films his video in tears as he's unable to lift the blue chair off the ground, a stark contrast to the prior tutorials where he seemed perfectly fine. But what's important here isn't the fact that Allan is obviously distressed, it's the amount of blue objects that are beginning to appear in his videos. While crying, a blue hat falls off of Allan's head, and in the top right corner we can see another blue piece of furniture. The next video, blue. Yoga tutorial, blue. How to take a bunch of pills, blue. We can even see that the blue chair is still stuck on the ground after all this time. So what does this mean? In modern culture, the color blue is often synonymous with the feeling of calmness or safety. I believe that Allan finds comfort in the color blue based on the way he speaks about his blue objects.
A little hard bag of pills, soft comfort sheet.
For someone in Allan's situation, perhaps this is all he can cling to, his tutorials and the color blue.
And then you go back into child's pose. In child's pose, you just close your eyes and sleep and you try to imagine a more peaceful world. So that's basically it.
After this set of tutorials releases, Allan creates a Twitter account, something he'll post to frequently over the course of the next 2 years. Most of Allan's tweets are just nonsensical mini tutorials. However, after just a few days, he begins making more ominous posts, like, "If I don't get more followers, I'll die." This is followed up by a tweet saying, "If I have to do one more tutorial, I'll scream," despite previously insisting that no one was forcing him to do these tutorials.
Hey YouTube, welcome back to my YouTube page. And it's a tutorial page, so I'm going to do a tutorial. It's hot summer heat, I'm getting me down, sweating all over the bed. So today I'm going to do...
Going back to Allan's YouTube channel, he uploads a video titled AC Installation Tutorial, in which an exhausted Allan injures himself multiple times trying to set up air conditioning.
I'm just trying to... Oh, perfect. Okay, so I just turned an old rusty screw from clockwise to clockwise, and now it's I think the power's on. It's ready to get turned on. So
Again, Allan doesn't seem to understand that he shouldn't be injuring himself. But the worst is yet to come.
Hey YouTube! Hey YouTube, thanks for coming back to my YouTube page. Today I'll do a new tutorial what to do if you get locked out of your room. So, somebody got locked out of my room. Somebody packed up all my stuff. So first thing you gotta do is
Allan gets locked out of his room, and judging by the fact that all of his stuff was packed up, this seems to be intentional. Whoever is living with Allan, whether it be his brother or the girl we saw moving in, has an obvious problem with him. Some commentators theorize that Allan was deprived of basic necessities such as food and water.
At the base of an air conditioner, I need water. At the base of an air conditioner, you got
But now they've gone so far as to lock Allan on the balcony and give him no choice but to run away.
Hey tutorial heads, welcome back to my YouTube page. Today I'm going to do a new tutorial. It's a series of tutorials on what to do if you get out of your room and you get lost. So I got lost. I'm on I don't know where I am because I can't figure out how to get back to my room. But if you're lost and thirsty and
Allan may seem like he's doing well. However, his condition quickly worsens by the next video. Allan's hands are bleeding, and he's covered himself in a blue tarp to avoid the rain, and the only way he can get food is by dumpster diving. Despite all this, Allan continues creating tutorials, even if they don't make sense.
Hello, thanks for coming to YouTube. Today, I'm going to do a YouTube tutorial. YouTube tutorial is a kind of a video that teaches you how to do something you want to do. What do you want to do? Today's
By this point of being trapped outdoors, Allan is covered in blood and dirt, running around the woods naked, and literally ripping his hair out to create these tutorials.
Today I'm going to do Spanish hair braid tutorial. First thing you got to do is got to get out hair. Take out the hair. Sure, you get them. Okay. There. Perfect.
One thing I will mention is that the blue objects, including the blue chair from Allan's room, can be seen in many of these videos. It seems that Allan is still clinging to these tutorials in the color blue to keep himself sane. And honestly, it seems like it's working to some extent.
Hey YouTube, okay, it's tutorial time, and I'm gonna find something, okay.
Following his time in the wilderness, Allan proceeds to upload a video titled Disc Tutorial, featuring him stuck in some sort of shipping container. There's writing on the walls with phrases like, "The beatings shall continue until morale improves. You're not beaten until you admit it. If everybody is thinking alike, then somebody isn't thinking." It's hard to explain what's going on here, or what these writings mean, because we don't exactly know what type of situation Allan's gotten himself into, but we can't tell that he's being moved somewhere based on the sounds we hear outside.
Hello YouTube, today I'm going to do a new tutorial.
The next video, and the rest of the series for that matter, is a complete 180 to what we're used to. Allan finds himself in a small white room with only a red desk and some objects in front of him to complete his tutorial, though it's not really a tutorial, as Allan doesn't do anything before ending the video.
Pull it out and push back in. So that's the tutorial thing, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you like the tutorial. Just comment on it and make a playlist.
2 days later, and Allan is still stuck in the white room, claiming that he has to do a tutorial.
Hey YouTube, so guess who's got to do a tutorial? I do. The first thing you gotta do is knock over the battery, and second thing you gotta do is touch the ball. So, don't forget.
Allan doesn't seem very enthusiastic about this and tries to exit the room before ending the video abruptly. If it's not obvious by now, we can assume that Allan is being held captive based on his desire to leave the room, and him saying that he's forced to do these tutorials. Because of this, Allan says that tutorials are stupid and decides to shift his focus towards his copy of the New York Times and become a news channel.
Tutorials are stupid, and I hate them. So newsflash, I'm never going to do tutorial again, and now on YouTube I'll probably do a news YouTube channel.
Toward the end of the video, Allan seems distressed as he mutters to himself, "Tutorial." As time goes on, Allan continues covering the news. However, now Allan has painted portions of his room blue, including a picture of the blue chair on his wall.
Today's top story is it's not an official story, but it is a news story, and the news story today has white powdered snow.
It takes Allan a bit of time, but eventually he gives up on trying to become a news channel. I think that by refusing to do tutorials, Allan was rebelling against his captors who wanted him to continue creating content for Alan Tutorial. Allan's captors continue to supply him with materials for tutorials until he finally breaks in the video, The Story of 3 Balls.
The water was put into the cut-up cup. Whoa! Breaking news, everybody! Top story today. Breaking news is brown liquid came out of a cut-up cup. Pretty good news. Excited about the news. So I'm a news addict. Can't wait to do another tutorial news. Do another news story.
In return for doing tutorials, Allan gets paid $1, which is enough motivation for him to start creating tutorials again. I think that, to some extent, Allan enjoys creating tutorials despite being forced to. It's something that he clings to, something that he can't keep his mind off of, and now he's getting paid to do it.
I snipped up the photo, so that means tutorial's done. News crew, news story is over and out. So, what's up? Do you see what I did?
Because of this, and also because Allan's being held captive, he's beginning to act differently.
Green plant. This is just little broken pieces of glass, and you need dirt. Sorry guys. Tutorials, subscribe. And like. If I don't get about 1,000 subscribers in the next 2 days, I'm probably going to take my own life. Bye guys.
Allan says if he doesn't get 1,000 subscribers in the next 2 days, he's going to take his own life. There are only 2 reasons he would do this. Either Allan will receive a reward from his captors if he reaches 1,000 subscribers, or he'll receive a punishment if he doesn't. Either way, life in captivity is slowly wearing down on Allan's mental state. In the next tutorial, Allan is given a laptop and shows us how to watch videos in 720p. However, this video takes an unexpected turn.
360 to 720p. Oh, it's going to take a second to switch to HD. You see the gear makes a switch. And that's HD video. It's a tutorial video.
The mime gag is interrupted by footage of Allan filming his tutorials, but not from the camera we're used to. In addition to filming with his phone, Allan is wearing a camera on his head. In the description of the video, Allan says, "Alan Tutorial is popular and is, I guess, in or on other YouTube channels. Sorry guys." This suggests that the content filmed by the head camera is being uploaded somewhere else by someone else. The most likely scenario is that Allan's captors are filming the tutorial with the camera on his head, while Alan Tutorial is only run by Allan and uses the footage from his phone. Allan seems clearly upset that his captors are stealing his content and goes to Twitter to post his series of cryptic emojis. In reality, this sums up his situation. Allan was filming the woods when he was picked up and driven somewhere else. He refused to create tutorials for these people and only read out the news until they started offering him cash. Over time, Allan grows weary and eventually...
Hey, today I'm going to do a YouTube a drink video. So today I'm going to do a drink video. I got 4 cups, 4 white cups. I'm going to do a taste test. I'm going to taste the cups. 4 cup is going to be just a red cup.
In the following video, Allan forces himself to, graphically, drink a few choice liquids, one of which seems to be blood, and informs us in the description of the video that he did not get paid for this tutorial. Why he did this is probably a reflection of his mental state. It's clear that Allan's been stuck here for a while, being used for content, and his captors have no intention of letting him out anytime soon. In time, Allan begins to look worse than when he was trapped in the woods, wallowing in a room full of blood and filth.
Perfect! These are perfect for a tutorial. These tutorial pieces get everyone the party arm you need to
The series ends with Allan escaping through a hole in the wall, cutting off immediately afterward. Everyone's going to have a different view of Alan Tutorial. Looking at it literally, a man who enjoyed creating tutorials for his YouTube channel was kicked out of his abusive home and forced to create content for people holding him captive, barely clinging to his own sanity through objects and actions he was familiar with. However, Alan Tutorial could also act as a statement on the reuse of content on YouTube, or those who suffer on the other end of the camera as they're used for content, both of which are more prevalent nowadays than ever before. Alan Tutorial was created by a man named Alan Resnick. Popular for his other work, This House Has People in It, and my personal favorite, unedited footage of a bear. Alan Tutorial is just another one of his pieces that will forever be cemented in YouTube history as a series of YouTube's most disturbing tutorials.